Yes, we're back in the Commodore SS-V Redline, but this time we've got an extra pedal on board and a nice wobbly lever in the middle here. It's $74,490. The manual is the same price as the Auto Redline. You get the same 6.2 litre LS3 engine, which is developing 304 kilowatts and 570 newton meters of peak torque at about 4,500 RPM. The Redline is really well specified. Apart from the great LS3 engine, you've got this Tremac 6-speed manual gearbox, which I think is definitely worth ticking the box for if you're buying a Redline, because it just offers that real involvement with the engine. Limited slip diff, 4-piston Brembos all round. The car sits on 19-inch wheels and they're staggered in size. They're 8.5 on the front with a 245/35 profile tyre, and at the back they're a 9-inch wide rim with a 275/30 profile tyre on. So really big boots on this thing, and you need it because it's got some power, and it'll throw it out through those back tyres at just the merest provocation. If you want to check out if the Redline SS-V is right for you, or in fact test drive any new Holden, hit the click to drive button. We'll give you a certified CarNut.kiwi t-shirt as well. It's got a head-up display, shows me tachometers and G-meter readings and mainly the speed. A couple of convenience factors I think are really valuable in this Redline. One, blind spot alert, because these mirrors, these door mirrors, quite small, these massive A-pillars also reduce your visibility a lot. The other thing that's really useful, reversing camera and cross-traffic alert. When you're starting to stick your bum out through the traffic, back out of a parking space or what have you, it's really nice to know you've got another set of eyes and ears out there on your guard for you. Also, it has keyless entry and start, which is one of those things that you use 10-15 times a day sometimes, so that's a real bonus. So we're tootling along the motorway here at pretty much 100 kilometers an hour, and we're doing 1500 RPM. But basically any time that tachometer is anywhere north of about 1000 RPM, you can pull 5th or 6th gear and accelerate away, because it's got so much torque, this LS3 engine, that it becomes an extremely relaxing car to drive. It's quiet if you're not exercising your right foot. It's very well sprung, there's no jarring ride, and the car generally just offers so much potential, and it's up to you as driver as to how much of that potential you explore. You can go quietly or you can go full noise. Just as a comparison to show you how different that bimodal exhaust system is, this is with it switched off, which you can do through the MyLink system on the dashboard here. I mean, it's never going to be the K you can sneak up on people in, but this is with the bimodal switched off, a 0 to 100k. Right, so yeah, that's what you get with the bimodal off. Now here's the same thing with the bimodal switched on. 0 to 100. Can you discern the difference? It is. It's definitely quieter with the bimodal switched off. But you would never describe the SS-V as a stealthy car. A great feature of the Redline is how it handles corners. For a big car, it goes around corners like really well. It's got quite a quick steering rack, I'd suggest, and the car is very responsive to the steering input. It holds a line very accurately. A mid-corner bump might upset it a little bit. It tends to step out a little bit at the back if there's a little lightening of the suspension at the rear. But generally it's very, very capable and sure-footed on bends. Lots of rubber on the ground, lots of brakes, lots of great chassis control. A nice compliant ride, funnily enough. It's not at all a crash bash car over potholes or irregular road surfaces. It's very refined both in town and in the country at higher speeds. And the option is always there that if you choose to, just knock it back a couple of cogs and put your foot into it and the thing just flies. I mean, this is a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour car of around 4.9 seconds. So, you know, it can hustle, it really can. So who's going to buy the Redline in manual? Well, there's a saying that real drivers use 3 pedals, so maybe they're a real driver. But maybe they're just an enthusiast who wants to have a cool sounding car with a lot of performance, both in acceleration and in road holding and in braking. But they also need to be practical. They need to take their families out for trips. They need to be able to carry a reasonable amount of luggage, and they can't really see themselves in a 2+2 configuration, and they still want to hang on to the ability to take control of the car through this manual gearbox. It's the same price as the automatic, but to my mind the manual is a sweeter package overall, because it just connects you so much more to that splendid engine and that great road holding and those beautiful brakes, and you become so much more immersed in the whole driving experience when you've got this manual gearbox. Yay, stoplight.
When the clutch drops, the bullshit stops.
I'm going to miss the Redline SS-V manual when I hand it back, because chances are it's the last full-size Aussie V8 I'll get to drive, and it's a great car. If you want to check out if the Redline SS-V is right for you, or in fact test drive any new Holden, hit the click to drive button and that'll connect you with the local Holden dealer network. To help you along, we'll give you a certified CarNut.kiwi t-shirt as well. So hit the click to drive button, get a free tee and get your own test drive in the SS-V or any new Holden.